is a different type of video because it's actually addressed to someone. And by someone, I mean some people, companies. Dimps is obviously the designers of the game, but I feel like Bandai, you guys are my bridge to Dimps. So if this video needs to be translated, I don't know what needs to be done, but I'm going to make a series of videos of what is wrong with Xenoverse, what I think should be fixed, how it may be to fix it, and we start here. Now let me start by saying I love Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I've been playing this game probably more than any other game since it was released. Everybody has different opinions, but I just very much enjoy the game despite all of the flaws that I may point out. And due to that love and passion for the game, I just want to see it at its peak potential. There are various issues with this game that I feel like need to be addressed, and I feel like with my platform, my audience, we might be able to get the attention necessary to get some change about the issues that really matter, not just some gripes that some people might have. The first issue we're going to be looking at is the issue with the World Tournament and boosters. Now let me start by saying I personally like the concept of the tournaments. You know, despite how some may feel about it, I like the fact that there's occasional little events where everybody can get together to see who's the best at a certain character over here at the tournament. You gather up a score, and for the most part, it's cool. Unfortunately, these events have been ruined by multiple players who are abusing the ranking system. Let me explain to you guys what a booster is. And before I explain what this is in no way to encourage cheating. This is simply to point out an issue that I feel needs to be addressed in case people are not aware of it. Before I go into depth, quick shout out to RDF2050. He's a fellow Xenoverse 2 player, and he's somebody in the community who reached out to me and talked to me and gave me a little more insight about what a booster was. I always knew they existed, but I didn't quite know the details. Now anyways, what a booster is there's one person who has access to multiple consoles, whether that be through a close friend of theirs or they actually have 2 consoles in their room. What this one user does is they open up a room and they simply wait for that other account to join their lobby. If anybody else is to join their lobby, well, this is what happens. That's right, they'll continuously kick out any other players until that other console that they have control over joins that room. Essentially what they do is they trade wins. Now you may be asking yourself, how does that boost their score so much? Well, the way the ranking system works is the higher score that your enemy is, the more BP you receive for defeating them. And if you lose, well, you barely lose any. So what essentially they do is they continuously build off of each other. It's a pretty simple concept when you start to understand it. I mean, let's just look at an example here. So if we fly over here to the news board, we can look at the most recent tournament that I actually participated in. As you can see, I'm right here, and the true first place player is right here. And what I mean by that is these 2 are the boosting accounts. Do you think it's logical that if I, somebody who played for the entire 3 hours, and RDF2050 also played for the entire 3 hours, that we would be this far beneath these 2? And just to clarify, I lost 1 match and it happened to be against RDF. My point is, no, we're continuously playing, but we're playing whoever we happen to run into. This is the very player who was waiting for this player to join. He's simply waiting for his other account to join so they can continuously trade wins, therefore they can get the reward. This reward happened to be the supervillain title. And I wish I could say this was a new issue, but this has been going on for a long time. And those 2 accounts are not the only boosting accounts. Let me make that very clear. There are multiple players out there who boost. And it's not only affecting tournaments. Let's look at ranked matches. Look at number 1 compared to number 2. I don't know how many of these players are boosters, but look at number 1 compared to number 2. That does not make any sense. 700,000. Many people, myself included, stopped playing ranked a long time ago due to the boosters. Now this video isn't meant to throw anybody under the bus, okay? Even the boosters, I'm not trying to go at you, although you are scummy. But the issue is the system needs to be fixed. Let's look at another example. Number 7, 16,000, fair? 6, 27,000, maybe fair? Maybe number 5 is even fair. But how do you go from 28,000 to 68,000? 83,000, 96,000, and 99,000. It doesn't make sense. So you may be asking yourself, okay, what is the solution? How could we possibly fix this? Any game developer has a little pride in believing that, you know, they can fix the issue themselves. So if you guys have your own ideas, I'll leave it to the professionals. But in my personal opinion, as well as RDF's opinion, who I mentioned earlier, the system should be reverted back to how it originally was. When Xenoverse 2 originally came out, if somebody was to lose a match, essentially there was more at stake if you lost. Whereas now you only lose a very small fraction of that. I believe the reason this was fixed is because there were crashes at the beginning of the game where if you crashed in the game, it would be considered a quote rage quit and you would lose a tremendous amount of points. Or maybe it just wasn't friendly enough to people who wanted to play ranked. But that is just one option. You might be saying, oh, well, the solution is just to ban those people who are boosting. According to RDF, here are the known boosters. There are 3 of them, but they use multiple accounts. A simple suggestion would be make players lose more points if there are to lose to somehow counter what is boosted. Or 2, and this was RDF's idea, which I think is a very good idea, in a world tournament setting that's only 3 hours, if one player has fought another player 3 times within that hour, they can't fight each other until the next hour. That way they can't repeatedly just fight each other over and over and over and over again. Or something to that degree. The big issue is this is pushing many people, myself included, away from even doing these events that Xenoverse is trying to do to promote the game because we can't even get any of the rewards due to the fact that some players are abusing the system. So yes, there are many things to fix in Xenoverse, and that's what this entire playlist is going to be about. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more, because there are many other things that I'm going to touch on, and this is just where we start. With the boosters, the entire ranking system, how to fix it, it just needed to be addressed. I'm gonna have a tweet linked in my description linking this video to the people I feel it needs to be addressed to most. If you wanna see change, make sure you go to that tweet, retweet it, reply to it. And I'm not gonna be as drastic as to say fix Xenoverse 2, because I feel like that has a negative connotation associated with it. What we're trying to do is improve the game. So replying to that tweet, first retweet it, favorite it, and then reply to it, put hashtag improve Xenoverse 2. I've made jokes about saving Xenoverse by doing these little challenges here and there, but now I'm really gonna take a stand and try to really save this game and take it to the level that I feel it could reach. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Deion. I'm known as SeeReax on YouTube. Subscribe for more. Again, this is gonna be a playlist. If you have any other gripes about Xenoverse 2, let me know in the comment section below. If it's a big enough issue, I'll try to tackle it in a video and add it to the playlist to see what we can do to fix the game that so many of us love. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. With that, I just have 2 more words to say.